Okay, this is not.
Okay, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I should have to say shooting psycho podcast.
Yeah.
Take.
Episode 6.
Let's be professional.
Episode 6, take
No,
party.
everyone is working for something. Everyone is working for something in this channel. They waongezewe stipend.
Stipend.
Kwani nimesema?
Stipend. Leo kujifanya umesahau kile umesema.
Hi guys, this is yet another episode of the Cyco podcast with the two. What do I call you guys?
Friends.
Do I call
Friends.
My friend.
you friends? Eh? With my two friends. I want to say BVs. Eh?
What's babies?
Background vocalist.
Who invited her? Anyway, let me put this is the mic. I feel like we need to. Do we need to drop some? Do we need to drop some bars? You know, this is the.
This is for the people who are listening.
Oh, okay.
The audio.
Let's drop some bars for this. This is the Cyco podcast. Can you tell me about the weather forecast?
They'd be like, why can't we hear? Why are we hearing you so
You guys are boring and buzzwords. Anyway, have you guys been? Let's start with Wanjiru Njiru. Apart from trending on YouTube, the video we did on style was
That was
well.
really nice.
Everyone was talking about you.
Thank you.
You guys in
That was a good
TZ.
one. Are you talking about saying thank you for being a good one on your platform?
Yeah.
That's the next level. No, actually,
Like,
that
I
was
want to
really
thank me.
Yeah,
I worked too hard
No,
for
I
this stuff.
appreciate that. That's actually one of my favorite videos.
The style.
Yeah.
Why?
Because people love videos that we do with you so much.
Yeah.
But I love style videos personally. So to find an in between where I'm happy and the people are happy.
And you were even happier because you styled Ben, but you dressed him. It was like he was a mannequin for your clothes.
Oh my god. Are you seeing the
It was like a test cut. It was like a sweatshirt. Hata inakaa kanafika huku mwisho. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sure you don't have fish zenye atakuwa naiba. Because right now I don't even have the sweatshirt. You have to.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Whatever, man.
But you guys, that content was really good. It was really enriching. Also, I really enjoyed it
Friends.
because I think I enjoyed it also. The last time I think I enjoyed a video of you and Ben. It was fun. This is like becoming very personal.
It's like
And
feedback
don't
on
catch any
Wanjiru,
emotions here. Was the time you did the makeup thing.
The first one.
And that was the first one. The first time you did Ben did your face, it was hilarious. And the time he voiced your
The
makeup. And
You link them down
and
below.
I'm about leo amekuja kujipush. But the way before we even continue, watu wa Wanjiru Njiru kuna kitu tuko tumemalizia. Remember I was talking about permanent eyebrows. So I only spoke about the right one. You also need to do the left one. This is crazy.
Anyway, but I've had a good
So what's your birthday?
It's almost your birthday. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what you guys are gonna do, but in the spirit of
Wondering,
surprise,
because you're also wondering.
we don't know.
You're also wondering what we're gonna do.
No, let's talk about your birthday.
Guys at home, you can give us suggestions. Or not just at home, guys, whatever. Maybe
Oh, but the
even
person
listening.
opened the country. That was his gift to you, eh?
Yeah. So does that mean we're doing something outside?
Should I get my back here?
Lower your expectations, Eunice. Lower your expectations.
What you
Okay.
do? Oh, it's like the way you
Yes,
say
it's
negative
like the way
Sally.
negative Sally, the way you
Karen.
Karen,
Okay.
yeah.
Eunice.
Yeah.
Eunice, please.
And
How are your birthdays? You were the one who celebrated first.
yeah. How was it?
It was one with nature. You know, like it was, we were out in the
Like,
wild.
do you know, you speak of your birthday as though it wasn't the best.
Yeah,
day.
every
Like,
time she's
and it
giving
can't-
me feedback.
And like I cannot change.
I want to say thank you to
anger.
everybody who participated in making
Please,
this
and say
Just, me, I'm gonna be very honest because this podcast is about honesty. Nyash, you low-key don't like animals. You don't like animals at all. And this birthday, what we did, we actually paid for a park, what do you a park ride, a park fee, a park exploration.
You don't like animals?
She doesn't, she hates.
In fact, let me tell you the honest truth. I really enjoyed my birthday because I know that people who really died I was there to come. But I enjoyed my birthday because of the amazing company.
Do you know how much we thought through when you park?
You know,
it's just gonna be us. And you.
No, it was nice. It was nice. And let me tell you the honest truth. I enjoyed the fact that I was with my best of friends and we had such a good time. It was really good.
So
So you
nice,
literally
nice
died
number.
because I've just found out you don't like animals.
She hates animals. You've never known
Best
the story
friends,
about
they call
her dog.
themselves.
No, Ben, we were attacking
how
the
her
dog
dog-
with Nyawira.
Oh yeah,
And
those
we
are and they were
We
Japanese.
did almost
There were
with
those
that.
small things. Then zilikuwa zinakuja kwa kiss and you guys were.
Alafu bado mkanipenda Japan. We discussed that the other day.
Yeah. No wonder I keep asking you, and she has like.
Yeah, it's because it's
No, but
you don't know.
I enjoyed
Because she
company.
doesn't like
Stop
animals.
it!
In
Stop
fact,
it! This
when
I
Nyawira-
enjoyed company. Stop
When
it!
Nyawira was 12
Stop it,
or
stop
this
it.
12 or 13, their dog mysteriously went missing. And that story has still been investigated by the DCI. No one knows what happened to that dog, but I think I have a feeling. I have an idea.
You, how was your birthday? Because we're into 7 minutes and it's
Oh,
still
sorry.
an intro.
My birthday was really good. The surprise, the gifts, people lying about the gifts and people lying where the gifts are from. Then me catching up with them later on, you know. What were they were imported.
But one day not, Ben.
They well, of
Did
course,
they come from
They
all
come from
clothes
another
come
country
from
here.
outside. But you all
then
know
what?
how you played me. Anyway.
You
So ungrateful.
So you guys can also tell us how you guys have been since the last time we dropped the Cyco podcast. Another thing, make sure you subscribe.
Please,
The more
please,
more
please.
numbers we get on subscribers.
The merrier.
And today we're gonna be talking about numbers.
It's the joke.
The more numbers we get, the more business we get, and and all that stuff. Another thing I'd also like to say thank you. Last time I think we increased the subscription number by
Please do
Who
tell us
can guess?
what percentage?
who can guess?
I think you were at 13 point something.
Mm-hmm.
And
And now I'm at
you shot
16 point
16.
something.
So that's in
How many
3,000.
subscribers do you think?
5x.
New 5x. 844 is idea out sana. I think we've added like 3,000 new subs. 3,000 new
That's
subs.
the X.
I want
done.
security. I want security. Thank you so much, man. And if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, just know the same thing is gonna happen to you. You're gonna do something nice, and no one will care. So asanteni sana. So the conversation.
That's such a bad bait.
Yeah. It's
So
like
for your own good,
Yeah.
just subscribe.
It's like those messages forward this to 20 more people
Or you will
for
die.
you to get this blessing. So subscribe to this if you want somebody to subscribe to your business. If you want to have clients, if you want somebody to just support you, subscribe to this.
I don't think that's how
You know, there's something you keep saying, and we've done this intro like the 50th time, and every time I have to remind
Tell us, principal, what do we need to do now?
Bell ringer.
Yeah.
that your podcast is number 28 on the Apple charts, and we've done this 50 times.
Makofia bed. In fact, he's done it so many times and he's not recognized.
But
Yeah.
how did you know that we were at number 28? I keep asking myself that question.
But this is the
'Cause
person
she's
who's
the one-
in charge of
she's the
research
one-
and development of
Yeah.
the Cyco podcast.
Oh, you guys mmeanza kujipia title.
Ah,
Your sponsors
tuko
wakikam.
ndani.
Your sponsors wakikam mkwe. Okay, me on top of giving you content, I do corporate planning. But anyway, don't worry. When corporates come, I'll give you something small.
Okay.
Just like I've started today with breakfast. You should have seen them at Quick Mart. Okay, ongeza wao vitu. But
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Well
much. How
done.
did you know I was number 28?
I like to do research on.
Not really just checked.
Yeah, I like to
Wow.
research on people.
See how the market
Thank you,
is
thank you so much, man. Like we're at number 28. Let's get to number 1.
Yeah.
Spread the word, man.
Mm.
Share with your friends, share with your boss, share with your pastor, share with your sons, with your enemies. just do your thing.
That's
Okay?
good. Congratulations.
No. This is how I when I start any word starting with E, I start like this.
So you excited?
Tuendele. So the conversation today. You still have your word. Tuendele.
That's gonna be really funny. Let's engage.
Yeah, let's engage. As we enter this next phase.
Still don't like animals, and I spent a whole day in a park,
Man.
and you don't like animals.
actually
You were more excited.
And thank God we didn't go to the Mara then, because we actually planned to do
So
Mara.
you're out of that Mara plan.
Yeah,
You're out
you're
of any
coming
plan
to
that
Mara.
involves a park.
You're not coming
out.
to the Mara.
You're
Kwani ni
out.
Mara ngapi utakuwa disappoint hapa?
Oh, don't leave me. Take me with you. Don't leave me.
Don't leave me,
Poetry,
don't leave me.
poetry.
Okay.
Let's leave him. Let's leave him.
The conversation today is about social media. Social media and the social pressure that it comes with it. The good side, the good sides, that's the advantages, the disadvantages, how we need to manage ourselves. Because I also feel like social media is making us go berserk.
Do you feel like you're at a school debate?
And so we have Avahil, they are going to start. Your chairman, I want you to refute what my fellow Nini.
Cross over to this side.
But you know, this
That's
story.
actually
What's supposed
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's just no one uses it.
No, but you know this story for debate can't apply to St. Anne's Leo. So debate zao zilikuwa in Kikuyu. Niende kegwele chairman. Akorona weiru, dena weiru. Na doa Ryan smati kojera kedo nie. So at least from Stato, apart at least we can jail. St. Anne's Leo, I don't know, man. Any school age ilikuwa tu past Ruiru. I love you guys, man. This nimechokoza watu.
One of them. Okay.
Nimechokoza watu, man. I'm gonna get so much heat, but I love you. It's slight shade.
Oh man, that's funny. That's good.
So we can just start with social media.
Yeah.
You know, do we start in an ascending order from the highest to the lowest, or do we start in a descending?
Just ask your question, friend.
The conversation is how's your social?
That real Kicho. It was really funny.
How's your social media been? How has it changed since you joined? Because you told me you joined Instagram in '98.
No.
Still in black and white. Sorry.
No, in 2011. 2011 or 2012, I can't remember. But thereabouts.
Has it changed since you?
Have I changed or has social? Of course, social media has changed.
Yeah.
The logo has changed for Instagram.
You can have a logo now.
No, for Instagram.
For
Like,
Instagram.
are you talking about that?
Oh,
or myself?
Oh, I'm talking about you.
Okay.
Because-
Why
How
would
have I
we talking about
Why are we talking about? Are we gonna send him the
Yeah,
reports?
we
Okay, but this is what Kenyans think
He's
about
been
your
back to
platform,
Africa.
Instagram.
No. Okay. How have I changed? I think, as I have continued to interact with social media, it's become an income source for me. So I've had to take it a little bit more seriously than probably a regular
That's true.
person
Yeah.
who, or before when I started, when I was just posting for the sake of posting. Because I can tell you, like, over time, it's graduated into a business space for me.
Yeah.
So things that I would ordinarily post, like I remember like when I started out on Instagram, like I used to post my sisters, my family all the time, friends.
Kona waleti pesa tokeni huko.
Hata mpewi stories.
Sharon ka huko.
No, but then like after now I have, it now became a business space
Yeah.
for me, and then it became like I need to separate this and that and this and that. So I think in that sense,
Yeah.
for me it's
But
evolved.
social media is very clean. Like
In terms of the
your feed.
thank you guys.
Yeah, I wish guys could
What-
know how fast she archives pictures.
What app is that? Jig. Have wisdom.
Actually, that's funny.
So, but yeah, maybe we can come to
Nyawira.
Nyawira. How's your social?
Hannah.
Media? How is it? Or has your social media changed?
That's such a good story. Let me in fact tell guys. I think the first time I joined social media, first my Facebook account was opened for me by my brother.
By your brother.
Yeah, like he went to a cyber and he opened for me. It was so cute. Like I was
Cyber.
like, wow, thanks, Mina. This was so kind. Shout out to my brother. But I remember on Facebook, my name was Joey.
Joey?
Yes.
Okay, so why Joey?
Because I liked Joey of Friends.
Oh.
But I didn't know that. This is where I didn't know the problem is because I didn't know that Joey was like a baby kangaroo. So
Okay.
it became so awkward.
Yeah.
So I had to move from Joey. Then I went into Hannah. Then now I am
To
where I am.
Nyawira.
To
Nyawira,
Nyawira, yeah. And I remember like my first Instagram post was our couch.
Yeah.
I don't know why for some strange reason felt so artistic.
You
'cause
can remember your
I
first
was
Instagram
seeing
post. That's so cool.
Means it
I
wasn't
can't.
too long ago, you
Okay.
Can't
girl.
remember. That was last week. Wait.
Why I say it's funny is because I remember Kinamutu Madeka had such nice artistic pictures.
Oh, I remember.
So I was like, hey, even me, I can do a couch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Really bad. But in terms of growth,
Yeah.
I want to submit to you that there has been significant growth on my Instagram platform. I mean, I'm just 40 people away from 10,000 followers. And the
Please.
people gathered
Please.
here together.
Please.
We are not
follow
hearing the
Nyawira.
end of it.
Follow Nyawira at least afikie 10,000. Maze tumejaribu. Kama ni kuomba tumeomba. Kama ni sadaka we've presented a burnt offering. Those followers are still coming.
Hey,
40
yeah.
followers short. So I'm going to
Short.
put Nyawira's handle.
And thanks, Ben.
down
But
there,
you
you know.
really, of all the people have been on their platforms, you really don't go to I'm shading you. He really flags me. She was just coming, what the heck? But yeah, so I really want to appreciate.
How
Thank you.
have you changed? Sorry,
In terms of
like as a person from when you joined social media.
Like, are you
now?
are you more conscious now on what you're posting than before?
No, actually, I'll be very honest. I don't think I'm more conscious, but now I'm realizing the importance of things I always hear you guys mention, like, oh, take this picture this
Yeah.
way, do this. Before it would be whatever, man,
Yeah.
take and go. But now there's such a keen detail to how should it look, even if I don't know if you're gonna do like a. There'll be a picture right here of how my Instagram looks like, and now this is me.
Nyawira back to na placard hapo in Riverside, so please follow me.
But it's like now the pictures have to look a certain way. You can't cloud too many pictures, and it makes you a bit more. Unfortunately, not vain, but more self-centered.
Self-centered.
Because now you realize you're taking pictures for this cause, not just to release information.
That's why I like you, man. Because you know why? That's the direction that I want us to take. Because that with time, we're not the only ones who. Why are you laughing?
You know, I'm laughing because now we understand.
That's when you guys are understanding that where this discussion is going. That we're not the only ones who have changed over time.
Yeah.
I think everyone else has changed. I don't think there's anyone who still posts stuff on social media for the sake of posting, apart from my bro. Like my bro doesn't care. My bro Sam doesn't care. He's just like he just posts. And so that's the thing that I wanted us to post, because you see now Nyasha said now the picture has to look a certain kind of way. And you're just not posting for the sake of posting. She's not even posting for herself. And I feel like this is where everyone else is at.
But is that a good thing?
It's not.
It's
a mix of. But let me give you also a reason.
Yeah.
Let me take you back a bit. There's a time I was obsessed with like sharing pictures of my nephew, and he's the cutest baby ever.
That is
Cute boy. So I kept on posting until someday some guy sent me back the picture of Muti and was like, hi, what did he say? And I don't know why I deleted it, but he said something in the line of, is this your kid? And I was like, no, it's my nephew. So I don't understand you guys stalkers, because I don't have enough gold to stalk me. So, and he kept on like sending, and that's the day now I was like, hey, no, it's too intrusive. Much. So I removed all my pictures. At the time, I want to confess that I didn't understand the power of archiving.
So I was just deleted.
You just delete
and then sending them to Facebook and just deleting, sending them to Facebook, deleting. And I remember that's the day I realized social media is not. It's not my photo album in the house anymore. It's everybody is now in your space. Everybody wants a bit of your conversation. Everybody wants to say something. Everybody wants to have a hold on you, and it's very scary. It's scary at the same time. Really good because you can use that for good.
That's a good point, because I also joined. I've been around Facebook for a while.
With those Photoshop pictures of a chicken with your head. You remember those pictures?
Which one?
They were,
we get them.
Wait, which picture is that?
We put them in the video.
We'll get them.
No, I think this is the one Kagiri Photoshop.
All of them.
The Dapper brother anakuanga na time, and we Photoshop. Kags is this crazy.
With your head.
We're gonna share this picture. I joined Facebook when I was still in high school, and for me, Facebook was just for friends, for having fun.
The Mahani.
Yeah. Honey.
Oh yeah, very nice honey.
It was actually, I remember some of those games, those ones for you DM me your number and then you post. Did you play that?
Yeah, we used to say inbox.
Yeah, she was revising,
Oh yeah, the A student here.
It's actually now got A minus, B plus.
Failure.
The boy child is really the weakling. The boy child is really failing you guys. But at that time, when I finished high school, I started realizing that I started using social media. I actually wanted the big numbers. Meaning, when I took up from the outset, I never wanted to post for myself. I'm doing this because I love myself. I'm writing for myself poem. Oh, Ben, you're doing well. No. From the onset, I wanted to grow. I wanted to grow a following.
Even from the beginning?
Yeah, from the outset, because we were doing music back then. And so for me, I knew that this can be a good platform to sell music. So we started with like a Facebook page. We had a Facebook group, not a page. So guys all gonna pay feedback. So we tell guys, hey, to go on a video shoot to lifestyle, and everyone would show up, man. We had like 50 people, man.
So you're like a Rory. You're like the day one influencer.
Yeah. But now those people would just come because we were friends. Like we just talk online and all that stuff. But over time, it has had to change. And it has also changed me, because I realize now there's pressure to posting. Now, later on, years later now, you'd even get anxious before you post a picture, because you want that picture to still get more interaction than the last one, because you're evaluating. And then I've come to realize that that's not just for people who are in need for the business, it's also for the masses. Everyone just wants to get more likes, more
validation
views.
of likes.
Validation. That's a very good point, doctor. That's a good
Proceed.
validation. And I feel like now our generation or most of our people, social media has started to define who we are,
Yeah.
what we stand for, what we do. It's even defining our gifts because, and we were discussing this with Wanjiru, we even start judging our gifts based on social media. Like if you do a song, because this would happen to me, I drop a song, release a song on YouTube, and then I'd observe the views. If that song doesn't get like to 10,000 views in a week,
feel like it's a bad
this song is a flop. We need to start working on the next song, and you start getting discouraged. You start becoming, stressed.
You question.
You question. Your gift is really not enough.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel with your YouTube?
Is that how you feel sometimes?
About the validation and if it means anything for my
And has it
music.
changed since the time you started doing YouTube up to this point?
Also, that's part A of the question.
Thank you.
Part B of the question.
Like,
I'll take
this
your
is
questions. I'll
Swahili
take all your
paper two.
questions
This
and
is
then
Swahili paper
I
two.
will answer them.
My second part would be like the selection of content. Like I know, like there are times that you felt like, oh man, people are watching more when Ben is there. People are saying we want Ben
Ben
only
on the channel.
You
Yeah.
know,
We
like,
only watch.
we only watch for Ben.
Yeah.
How did that take it for you? And
It's
suddenly
personal
it's
for you,
become
man.
so loud.
Yeah, man, she's like, yes, even they wanna niambiaga. We only watch.
No,
Does it get to you?
at first it did. And it got to me so bad until I told Ben we need to stop doing videos together. Because the vision I've always had for my channel.
That could be that, or it could be your services are no longer required for this period of time by management.
Because I felt that, how do I put it? The vision I had for my channel was not a couple's channel. Yes, it's great to do videos with Ben.
Yeah.
And yes, I personally enjoy them, even probably more than people who watch enjoy them. Because you're creating something with
One you love.
Yeah, and your best friend.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I enjoy doing those videos more than people enjoy
I
watching.
enjoy doing this podcast with you as well.
Why are you encouraging each other so much?
No, just
We are
throw it
really
in there.
hard.
Just
Yeah, like I feel
throw
like
it in there.
I'm here. So for people to come to my channel, because like I've always had, the main reason why I wanted to start the channel was to share my love for style.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, yes, I lost it, and I still haven't figured it out 100%. It got to a point where I had to tell Ben, we need to pause, because I feel like the channel is going into a direction I had not seen it for myself.
Yeah.
And the question became, am I being too rigid? Give the people what they want. If they want a couple
Ben's
channel,
like
if
policy.
they want Ben, if they want Ben, give the
them
people
Ben.
what. Yeah, exactly. But then, so the question became, am I being rigid with my vision for my channel by not allowing it to
Expand
take
into other
into
things.
that,
Yeah.
or am I being true to myself by maintaining the style element? And
The
that's why.
original idea.
And that's why I was telling you guys, like up till date, the style video that we did recently is
Was
one of my
best.
favorite.
Yeah.
Which was
videos.
what you
Because
like.
Yeah,
it
it
has-
someone you
has
enjoy
what
having.
I like doing
Yeah.
and what the people like to see.
Yeah.
So when I was able to marry the two, it became like,
Perfect. So do you ever judge your content based on the views that you get?
I think I used to for a long time, and it's until recently that the fact that I'm not at 100k subscribers started bothering me. At first, like last year, the years before, it never used to.
Bother you?
Yeah, until now that I realized that why am I not at 100? And then it became a bigger question and a repetitive question. But for a long time, it never used to bother me. I don't even understand till date where it came.
Wait, what triggered it? Where did it come from? How you've been doing your content so well, but all of a sudden now you realize, by the way, I'm not at 100k. I'm not good enough, or
It wasn't a good enough.
good enough. Okay.
Because I'm proud of the quality of the content that
Yeah.
I'm putting out. Like I'm happy in terms of production. It's of course there's always room to improve, but
Yeah.
I've come a long way.
Yeah.
In terms of what I'm speaking on, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And to even see comments, people saying, I don't understand why you're not at 100, your content
Yeah.
is so good. And I'm like, I ask myself the same question.
question.
And then somebody was like, literally, do videos with Ben, you'll get to 100k.
Somebody said that.
Yeah. They're like, just continue doing videos with Ben and you'll get to
Get to
100k
100K,
before
yeah.
you realize it. And I'm like, that's not the vision that I had for my channel. And even right now, I still don't feel as though a couple's channel is what would be best for me. And I kept telling you, and I think I've told you, I cannot sustain a couple's channel at this point.
Oh, so you're not the type of person to disclose your private life. So
Yeah. And you're even the person who put it into perspective for me. And I think maybe when we're talking about relationships on social media, we'll cover it.
Yeah.
That Ben and I only show our friendship.
You never show.
We never show the romantic part of our relationship.
Also, maybe because it's lacking.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's
man.
maybe a fact.
This shit of the Kikuyu mafias. Crazy.
No, but that's true. But I hear you. Also,
Yeah.
maybe just to just ease your ego. It sounds like a very strange thing, but everybody who's watching should first subscribe to Shido's channel. But I don't think you are in any way defined by your numbers. I've seen your quality even improve, devoid of 100K.
But I feel like it's easier to say it from the outside. But
true.
once you're inside, you know,
And
everyone,
you're asking
everyone
yourself
judges
questions.
people by the views. People, I don't even
Yeah,
know
it's
what's
true,
wrong.
it's
It's
true.
like people are possessed nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why people would rather do something that's shallow to entertain people quickly
Then
Yeah.
do something
and
deep.
get views quickly than do something that's deeper, because something, even I was shocked that guys would love the podcast, because you know, I thought like, yo, this is too long, why are you being so serious? I mean, just come here, talk about whatever. So I feel like people have been forced to dilute their content or you know, I don't know, you become more plastic. In fact, that's the word. You become a bit vague and vain, so that you can
For the
attract
joy
more
of
people.
numbers.
The bigger numbers.
You get, because people are drawn towards, and it's like also people like it. People like this vain kind of looking stuff, and people will also say, yes, Ben Cyco, pia wewe page yako, you have to take pictures. You always have to take pictures. And to some point, I've been forced to do that because of also my work and where we're going. But how does this pressure not define who we are as people? Because it's not just celebrities and the doctor, the resident doctor, the resident psychologist. Because it's not just for celebrities, even for normal kawaida people nowadays. You know,
It's spilled over
Yeah,
to
everyone-
people who
It's
just
bad.
use
It's
social
bad.
media
Yeah.
for what it
Can I
is.
tell you the honest
let me
truth?
finish with this
Sorry.
this fact. There was a report that was showing that this younger generation.
Please finish with this report.
Yeah, that was saying. Do you have any report by the way you can share with me? Like, are there any books you're reading? There's this research. There is this research, this report that was saying
Imagine
that.
it's Saint ilimixia mfano.
Chama tukua
Kumbe ni hapa hiyo.
Can you imagine a debate in Kikuyu though? That
It
would be
would
so
be very
funny.
funny.
You know that TV should make that
Okay,
content.
guys, but
Sorry,
but
but I digress.
But yeah, we have that habit.
Man, where are we? Because you've lost me now.
The report.
The report was saying that nowadays clout and fame is more important to the young people who are coming up than even food. And that's what they were saying. Data and the desire for clout and all that is becoming more important to young people more than even food, man. Like people would even rather die than.
But how
Than
that's
look bad.
They're not
very
have-
big. But it's very believable. Like, let's just be really honest. I mean, we watch the Kardashians.
Yeah.
They define for me ETV. Like, I look at it. In fact, some of us on this
I've never
still,
watched the
they
Kardashians.
swear by them.
Don't worry, it can be a binge watching marathon this weekend.
Kardashians.
They're obsessive. But you see, they made a life out of fame. The family ideally was famous because of their dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they came up because of this fame part. But I also want to say, me who's at home, there are sometimes people I don't even follow because their page is very basic. Like
So you care for curation,
Yes,
you care
like,
for
I'm like,
put a
this-
little effort.
Like, to be very honest, I have uttermost respect for your channel, Shiro, because I see the quality, I see the investment of time, and I can, and also maybe because you're closer to me than other people that I know. But there are very many bloggers I may not run to watch because I'm like, hey, they're not trying as hard, they're not doing as much. But it's because even us as the audience, and sometimes we forget that, you guys who create, is that you forget that even us at home, we want good stuff. You know, we want to see and like, hey, this is nice, I like it. And that's sometimes it. But also I like what Ben said. I think the success story is going to be the person who cracks excellent quality and ridiculously good content. Because I'm beginning to feel like everybody's going on YouTube now, but very people are understanding that content is so important.
That it just can't be anything.
It just can't be anything. And you know, like I swear by Oprah, and I think for her, she says it so well. Like when she began the first time she ever did a talk show, she was talking about things but never understood, like it's not entertaining until the day she realized talking about women issues was a big deal for her. And then it gave her the Oprah Winfrey show. So her content was everything changed. So I think for me at home is to say, The numbers aren't pressure. Yeah, your following is ridiculous. I mean, I can tell how many people stop me and say, "You're Wanjiru's friend," and I blatantly say, "My name is Nyawira." Say my name. Say my name. Say my name.
Yeah, it's interesting because also what this social media, because social media nowadays is defining what a relationship should look like. That people are,
goals.
yeah, people are getting the script for how a relationship should look like. People are getting it on social media. What clothes you should wear, people are getting it on social media. The places you need to go and eat. Do you remember when guys?
I thought of it like that.
Do you remember when guys would go to Ngong Hill? I have a full report on that.
She has too many reports.
Do you remember when guys started going to Ngong Hills?
And everybody
Because
went.
there was this guy who went to Ngong Hills. He had this nice picnic with the girlfriend.
The-
Wasn't that guy that got us into a lot of trouble with our
that
girlfriends?
guy.
Oh boy, maze, tupatie book
Mwenye
man.
alienda akapika
Yes,
book.
maze, like you got me into
Touched
so
my
much
heart.
trouble. I was asked why I'm not being creative. He just
I'll
went
get
to
it.
Ngong Hills with a gas. And he cooked lunch for the girlfriend. It was very simple. And then after that there was chai ya sakumi. Oh man, that guy. Chai. He did the most, man. Like nilikuwa nashindwa nikiuliza wewe nini unafikirianga mpya innovative. You see. And when
Actually, nilikuwa najiuliza.
oh boy. So when everybody started going to Ngong Hills, everyone started going to Ngong Hills. Now people are going to the park. Everyone is going to the park. When people started doing brunch, everyone started doing brunch. When people would do this and that, social media nowadays is not just a thing.
So then who is the
It really
influencer?
defines the whole society. And so a lot of people at home who
That's scary.
it's
Very,
crazy because now a lot of people at home are forced to conform to some of these standards, even though this is not them. You know?
It's true. It's that's
Every single person has their own way. Like God created us differently. So maybe what you see your favorite influencer or celebrity doing is really not your thing, and you don't feel the pressure to subscribe or not to their channel. Please subscribe to their channel, but I'm not saying you just follow
Don't
everything
conform,
that's on
Lisa.
social media. Yeah.
You know what else I think?
Yeah.
Then that begs the question, what responsibility do us who have a following
Yeah.
have? What responsibility do we have towards the people who
Who are
follow
watching?
us?
Yeah.
And the only thing that sounds in my head is that we have the responsibility to be real. Such that if somebody chooses to follow you,
Yeah.
that they're following the real you, that there are no lies, there's no fakeness, there's nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like if people decide to emulate the kind of relationship me and Ben have, then it's up to us to make sure that our relationship is real in every sense of the word.
What does real mean?
But yeah, that's the thing because
Because I'm not gonna watch if you're unhappy.
yeah,
really
and
honest
people
with- like,
and people also
yeah.
and people want a bit of drama, so that's what pushes people to
Why you dance?
Why you dance?
it's like pushing people to more drama.
I think by real is
Yeah.
if we are truly and sincerely in a relationship and we love each other, that it's whatever we do in private, then we can honestly show it in public. And whoever we are in public is who we are in private. Such that if anyone chooses to look at my relationship with Ben or me as a person or you and you and decides that I really admire everything about this life and I want to exactly be like this person, then it's my responsibility to be as honest and transparent with my life, the things that I do, such that I'm not misleading anyone.
Yeah.
But is this easier now because you're dating? I mean, when you're married, your life becomes each other's. That's gonna become your life. It's no longer private. It's that you're in the house, you're married. So how does that work?
In what sense? Like when we're dating?
What does real? Yeah, because I think it changes with people. Because I can already see the fact that it's gonna be really hard for you guys once you're married, not to engage me in that life. Hey, me I've attended your wedding virtually. Lazima nijue kwa kuna kaje.
Oh, trust me, I'll take over that concept. That would be under Ben Cyco. I'll have a GoPro, just stalled in my head so that guys can capture everything.
Me imagine, I believe it's just being honest with
Just
who-
be honest.
Just be honest.
Like, don't hide.
If you live in a one bedroom
Show it.
it's in whatever place it is in town, don't feel the pressure to and that's where as
You are there.
and that's where me and Ben are at that particular time, and that's where we can afford.
Yeah.
Don't hide it.
It's not to
I
mean that
get you.
we try and get like a cassette in Kileleshwa
Yeah.
to put up or Kilimani or whatever to keep up with the appearances or keep up with the
yeah.
Jonases, you know what I mean? I think it's that's what I mean.
The realness.
Like, the realness of it.
But the realness, I feel like the realness keeps dwindling and dwindling and dwindling,
Yeah.
and it
It's
keeps
true,
going
it's
down
true.
and keeps going down. And it starts with the influencers, the celebrities. Then now it translates to the consumers, because for them also, and consumers I mean followers, subscribers, and all that stuff. Because now they also want to live that life that you're living. So msee mwenye anaishi kwa bedsitter akishaona Joanna has already done that to her. Anyway, I saw that video of Joanna, and I know Joanna was just innocently sharing video. Kubai, yeah. She's just innocently sharing a video of her house. Maybe she thought all our houses look like that.
There's no way all our houses look like that bed. The
No.
master bedroom look like our entire home.
No, I know, but I'm sure she thought, that maybe this is
She was
normal.
making it.
Yeah, she
Probably.
was aqua and floss. It was just naturally for her.
And
this
if
is-
it's truly her life,
that's her life, yeah.
Why hide it?
And it's okay. She should share it because that's who she is.
If you can share bed sitters, you should be allowed to share her.
Exactly.
financial
And I feel like the gap for realness keeps going down and going down and going down. And now even guys, every other person feels the need to, fake that you can't post a selfie if you don't look a certain kind of way. You can't take a picture in your area because una feel mtaani unaishi. It's not a good hood. See Kilimani. It's not the suburbs. And that's the challenge that we have now to our people, to tell them that
I think it starts with us.
Yeah,
the people
it has-
following.
it has to start with us. What do you think, Nash?
Yeah, I think it's true, but if we're being
Easier said
really
than done.
honest, yeah, it's really easier said than that. Because let me tell you the honest truth. The reason you influence is because there's a lot of aspiration. Like, I want to be like Shiro. If Wanjiru is not, and I are the same wavelength, then
Yeah.
there's
You feel
no
there's no-
distinction. Yeah, and it's a difficult thing, and sometimes it's some of those conversations that we need to have. But I think the pressure you guys have, who have ridiculous following, is not to be real, but to just inform. Like, to be very honest, we're in an era where I don't know when this is gonna be released, but a few days ago we were on the streets, guys were on the streets writing about police brutality.
Yes, the Saba.
Very few influencers
Close
were
to
talking
none.
about it. In fact, the pollers who are looking at the poll I follow, who are like little activists. That's the answer I posted.
I asked myself.
The same thing was, but the irony is when everybody was told to post Black Tuesday, the globe was black on Instagram on that Tuesday.
But when they're actual
Because it's
action,
time.
When they're told, let's go on the streets.
Because it's more
Absolutely.
Hollywood
Yeah.
inspired.
So
everyone wants to post about it.
absolutely.
But because it's Kina Boniface Mwangi,
Nobody
being
cares.
chased down
Nobody
West Street.
cares.
Now that's where
So
you draw
for
the
me,
line.
I think the tall order on you guys is, if you can't inform change, then don't be real. Because that's not real. Because that means you're selling a facade. You're telling me that I can tell you guys that today nimeenda kula Sanford. I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's the quality of life you are showing me. And I'm not trying to bash people who have that type of content.
No.
Well done on them. But I think if you guys, I don't know why I keep saying you guys, but if influencers in totality could just share more information, we would be so far. So, like yesterday, the reason I knew about those riots was because guys are posting it on their stories.
But then what happens to the conversation of damned if you do, damned if you don't? I want you to inform me, but I also want you to lead from the front.
Fantastic.
So I want you to be, stop telling me, like stop being a social media activist, because that's what you get.
Yeah.
You're told, stop talking about it on social media.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Yeah, get to work. Like for me, I strongly believe in the power of the vote. That's why I believe in 2022. I will be the first one on the line voting, because I strongly believe in the power of the vote.
Yeah.
But you see, and I think that's in fact that's brilliant context, because Shiro, the power of the vote is not on the day we're voting. It's empowering us and giving us civil education about why voting is important. So lead us into that train of thought. What we're against is influencers who will on that day of voting take a picture with their finger and say, oh my god, I just voted.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
We
just voted, so I'm
don't
going to get my
care.
nails done.
Or the influencers who will post, oh my god, such long lines on the voting queue today. Oh my god. We don't care. We need you to actually inform us. And I think everybody has a cause. I know for a fact that you're serious about democracy. Whatever that means in your world. That tell us about. I know you're
So it's passionate about everything.
Matatus, culture, everything.
I'm
Tell
a
us
mall.
about it. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think
Inform. I think that's a
social
challenge
media
to me.
Is a big voice.
Yeah.
If you
I
don't
think
use
that's
it
a
right,
challenge to
you're
me. I
destroying
think-
us. Even Ben,
No, I shy away from
Yes.
such conversations.
because
Why?
it's not safe.
I don't know. Or maybe it's because something that I'm not used to, so you don't know how it will be received.
But
I think
also,
that's a challenge
I also
to me.
want to say, don't force it, because also when it's fake, we can tell. She know the honest truth
Realness,
is,
yeah.
when I'm having a conversation with you, very rarely will you tell me, Nyash, tomorrow we're going to riot. In fact, if you ever do, I think
Yeah.
people like for help.
Yeah.
It's not like you. So the realness
That's
is
how
to
you
say,
end the relationship.
the realness is to say if you tell me every time, Nyash, let's go vote, make sure we're voting, then tell me that online also, empower people that way. And in fact, I think I have a campaign that I think you should do for that voting.
So you guys are
strongly
saying
believe in
that
voting,
that
really.
realness should start with somebody, the person influencing, so that it can translate to the person consuming.
Completely.
But then also we need to caution the person consuming, because most of the people who are watching are not necessarily the influencers or celebrities. They're just kawaida people. Maybe somebody's a doctor, another one works in finance, another one works, So it's for them to become very careful on what you are allowing in your life and what you're allowing in your mind. Because if you start faking, what will happen is that you'll be unhappy. And here's how. Another research.
Report number 4.
Tell us how.
Another research in the States was showing, this is the States. So, and what normally happens is it starts with big countries like the States, then now it
Trickles
starts
down.
coming down to the urban centers in the developing countries like Kenya. So Nairobi definitely has some, it can pick up some of those things. And I was saying one of the biggest modern day challenges is that people are extremely lonely. People are so lonely, and people fear loneliness more than they even fear death. Now, I'll send you guys the link. Don't shoot the messenger.
You told us this. You remember Ben told us this thing when we were driving one time and you thought you were just wasting our time.
And here's why people are becoming more lonely, because people are putting on such a fake life. This is the way God created you to be and to live. If you interfere with that and try to be somebody else, you're interfering with the whole ecosystem of your life. So every other thing that you're trying to do to fill the void leads nowhere. So until you have a real conversation with yourself and say, by the way, this is where I'm at in life, and this is my life, and these are my principles, and these are my values. And I assume everyone who's watching this has principles and values that you live by. And then you say that you will not allow some certain kind of influence into your whole life. Because notice, like the other day, I was telling Shay, but this Shay is the one who bought me this amazing shirt, birthday gift.
Because what do we say now?
Understand,
Tuseme aje? Okay. Ni poa.
Anyway, we inaongea bare. It's alright, but bado kuna zingine.
Nimenye shira umeipangia, nimenye kwambi.
Nimenye hizi kutoshea. And she saw me with the white seat. I bought it at odds, and then nikamwambia, usiniambie pia wewe umenunua hiyo kiti yenye kila mtu Nairobi amenunua hiyo kiti ya white. Alafu mnaweka hivi, inakuwa dining table. And when you actually come to think about it,
like shade.
everyone, it's not how. And come to think of it, everyone on Instagram, every video I'm seeing, we have the same seat. You get. So that's how social media is influential. The other day I bought some cutlery for what's cutlery?
What's cutlery?
What cutlery?
I bought
Some cutlery.
I bought some of those kitchen stuff, and then cutlery, and then now I realized that kila mtu amebuy the same thing. Everyone has that plastic set with that kapan. There's one that has those mini. They all look the same, and it's because they are highly promoted on social media. So when we go to buy, everyone wants to buy something that's familiar based on what they've seen.
For how everybody's sitting room now is grey.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's my house.
Because everybody is just posting grey pictures of home.
Yeah.
Life is a bit of color.
So I feel like it's time for guys to start filtering out the noise, and what if you filter out what doesn't work for you.
I think it boils down to knowing you, and knowing like I
This
don't like
works
color
for
gray.
me, this doesn't work for me.
I don't like color gray. So even if I see it all over,
It
the
doesn't
bottom
You
line
don't
is
feel
I don't
pushed,
like.
yeah.
I don't like. Oops, sorry. The bottom line is I don't like gray.
Yeah.
I like yellow, and so I'm going to
say more yellow.
Yeah, I think it boils down to knowing yourself and knowing the things that you value and you care for.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to.
That's very well said.
That's nice. I also watched another docu-series.
Why?
Can you guys just improve on yourselves? Surely.
Hey.
Hii mambo ya kuwatch whatever. Bella Ciao, what's the name of that
Money
series?
Heist.
Money Heist is really nice.
Telemundo.
Turkish Telemundo.
You watch Turkey?
Yeah, she watches
Turkish Telemundo. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
At the time,
She's been learning a language since 2017.
European borders are open. You mean to translate everything
So I've been watching this series called Minimalism
on Netflix.
on Netflix.
It's a documentary, it's a docu-series.
It's a
It's episodes,
documentary.
It's a docu-series.
It's a one time. You just
Yeah,
watch it for me.
it's
You
1
watched
hour.
it non-stop.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
No.
I
But
knew it.
I've finished like the first 3
Lack
episodes.
of commitment.
What lack of
This
commitment?
thing has become suddenly so intense.
Sorry.
So- That's an inside joke.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So the thing about minimalism is this group of guys. They actually
No, it's because I can't see a sorry to say.
make me watch it.
Okay, sorry.
The story about these guys, this guy, they're actually working some well-paying jobs, but they just realized that they were not happy. And the reason why they realized that they were not happy, because that series also has some scientists up and down giving feedback, was that they felt that their whole life they've just been chasing paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So they got tired of that life. And so what they did is that they started reducing stuff in their house and in their life that they do not need. So if this person does not wear this, so like they would show the closet of one of them Zungus and he has like 4 shirts. Yeah, it makes some sense. Huh? He doesn't have a table. He doesn't need a carpet. The house was actually reduced in size and he lives like in a 1-bedroom because some guys did a research on guys who lived in like 4-bedroom apartments and they using heat sensors and they realized that these people would only use like 3 rooms. There are so many rooms that you never get into, and if you are to do a summary on that, you'll realize you don't need that extra room.
Space,
You get?
yeah.
So these guys have started living a minimalistic life. If you don't need this phone, they don't buy it. If you don't need to move from here to there, you just don't. Before you do something, you ask yourself, is it really important? Is it really worth it? And maybe that's what we also need to apply in our lives, even on socials, that if you don't need to consume this, just stop, you know? You don't need to consume everything that's on social, because what will happen is that you'll end up with so many options and so many opinions.
That pressure is hard, Ben.
For you to make your own decisions, yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard.
Why is it hard?
Because you know, unfortunately for me to decide I don't need it, it means I have already consumed it.
First of all, what do you consume on social?
I consume Wanjiru Njiru. I consume Ben Cyco.
That's music.
I consume
lifestyle.
Oprah
Oprah.
a lot. I consume Oprah, Super Soul Sunday. Oprah Winfrey Show. Oprah,
Only Oprah.
a lot of her.
You don't remember the cake we made
Yeah.
with Oprah
Made.
and Nyawira?
Baked.
Oh, big.
How was the business? That's how you say. And then I consume also a lot of news.
Yeah.
A lot of news. Magazines a lot online,
Magazines.
like drama. I follow people.
Yeah.
I follow
Okay.
those people. But you see also why I consume them is because I'm also looking for certain things. So it's my preference. I follow TV Chicks, the Bishop.
Yeah.
I follow a few guys.
Yeah.
You know, here there I follow. Even in Kenya, like I was telling you, I think I was telling you, Shiro, I don't consume very many vloggers in Kenya.
Why is that?
We need to change that. I
Not
know
because
I'm new.
Not because
You're consuming the wrong ones. They're
No,
very
no.
legit ones.
I don't not follow them because I don't enjoy them. It's just that naturally, unless nimejipeleka hapo,
Yeah.
they just don't creep up.
We need to change that.
Yeah, we need to change that as well.
I don't
We're
know why
changing
this
so
has
many
become.
things here.
You have to
So
By the
many
time you
things.
leave this podcast, your life will be different.
You have to support.
All I'm just trying to say is I consume. It's hard because I know for me it's difficult. There are people I even unfollow on social media because
Yeah.
they are giving me pressure.
Ah.
Hey, it was bad, Ben. I think one time I opened up Shiro in tears.
What do you mean pressure?
So in my budding life as a 20-year-old, I was so
Yeah.
convinced I was going to be the female MC of our lifetime. For sure, I had already seen how the Kenyan Oscars are going to happen, the
Yeah.
teen in me.
Yeah.
I was it.
Yeah.
Hey, our dreams and our reality, they just never meet.
Slapped you, yeah?
But there were these 2 ladies, and I won't mention them because I have a lot of love and respect for them. Man, I used to switch on their pages and I would die.
Because you have
Monday
what
to
you want.
Monday, non-stop, they're gigging. And that time you're sending emails for, hi, could I please MC? And I think I shared this in the other 20s. You have so much pressure.
Yeah.
I had to even unfollow them because I was like, there's nothing.
But why were you getting that pressure? Is it because you did not understand where you were?
No, I was getting the pressure because in my head, because of social media and the proximity, I thought we were like them. I was like them. So in your head, you're like, me, how come? Me!
And then it doesn't translate.
I like that, Nyash.
It doesn't translate.
But could
because
it be...
because what you're saying is that social media...
Dr. Frank Jenga has something to say there.
Is it Dr. Frank Jenga?
Wanjiru doesn't know him.
Family.
Yes.
You don't know Dr. Frank.
I know him.
You don't know him, Shido?
I know him.
Where unajua Dr. Frank Jenga mwingine? Maybe dentist. I'm talking about the psychologist.
Our herbals.
Yeah. Because what social media has done is that it's opened up the life of the people we admire to, like, the life is open, so you see what they have and you want it ASAP. Isn't that was the challenge that you have?
Were you coming from a place of discontent?
Absolutely.
Like you're not content with the space, and I think Ben was trying to get to that.
Yeah.
You were not content with with where you are in that time in your life.
Yes.
That in your journey of being an MC.
Yes.
You were not content with the fact you wanted microwave.
I don't think it's microwave. Well, now I know it was microwave because I'm learning in life about this big one called process, and I don't enjoy it. But it's the truth. I wasn't where I was meant to be. These ladies have done their time. They have ridiculous. And you see also what they don't tell you on social media is just because somebody is working, they don't tell you that they're doing it sometimes even for free, just so they can be busy and so that they can promote a certain thing.
And grow.
With time, they grow. Nobody tells you that. Everybody just shows you, I'm with this client, I'm with this client, and you feel like, hey, even me, I just want to be called and asked for it. And I wanted the luxury of saying no. Yeah. You know that feeling? Like, I just want to be told, I can't. Guy. Nobody was even asking.
For you, it was the challenge of accepting where you are and that you are not where they are, and you hadn't paid.
That's true, but also it was also a big case of the illusion of thinking we were all at the same level. That's a very big
that's
thing.
Not true.
It's not true. It's not, because at the time these are ladies whose social media following was ridiculous. They were on media platforms.
Have they been in that space for longer than you?
Longer than me, Ben. These are not my peers. These are women who are way older.
Exactly.
Hey. They've gone maybe before me. But also, that's the truth about it. Even as you're doing your stalking on social media for who you want to be very kind to yourself, that in due time it can come. But don't also kill yourself because of thinking that it's not coming now. Yeah. I mean, I'd have never thought I'd ever be who I am.
Definitely.
It's not true. And also, this is just to tell you that I also don't know who I am yet. So don't have any pressure.
Anyone who knows she is, please just comment down there and tell her. Because we're also wondering who's this bad person who's on our podcast.
I think I hear a lot of the process from your...
Yeah.
Are you going to employ Wanjiru Fati?
Tell us, when is
your book coming? I really hear a lot of the process, and it's something that people don't enjoy. Like for me, you don't enjoy and also you don't really understand. Because even I grapple with the same. And you know,
but I'm only human. But you have a huge following.
No, but it's that thing of discontentment where you get to somewhere, and I think Ben alluded to it in the previous podcast. You get to somewhere and you're like, okay, fine, whatever, we're here, on to the next thing.
It's awkward now.
What
do you guys do at the top?
But you guys are like that. In fact, I should tell everyone on the followers, if you ever meet these guys in person, I promise you they have not personalities. They're just so awkward. The first time I will share these experiences in process 1 and 2. Number 1, you were in Mombasa. So we're with Ben. This family comes. Ben Cyco. Ule wa wanted. A mom and her kids. Ben is like, hey.
What do we do now?
Hey.
Is this the part where I perform verse 1?
Then Ben has no shame saying, to pick a picture. So that's Ben. Then now Shiro is the worst. We're walking in the streets of Nairobi. Hi Wanjiru. No, in fact we're still on Java. Hi Wanjiru. Oh my god, I really love your content. Like, oh yeah?
Really? Stop playing with.
I had to give you a pep talk. I didn't remember. Like, you ask them their names, ask them what do you enjoy, what can we do, but you engage them.
Exactly.
But then I realized I'm also very creepy because on Sunday, on Ben's birthday, so we're leaving the restaurant and we're having lunch, and Mr. says, hi Ben Cyco. I'm Nyawira, hi. I was like, me? They said my name. And you're like, okay.
Can you give me some cologne, please? And
you know how bad it is? I left Ben at the table.
Yeah, because you can't handle it. You're just like,
no, I don't even have enough to handle. It's just
2 farms, 2 fights. I'm already overwhelmed. Nyash was already.
I was confused. Yeah. But also, it's to say, like, it's awkward. We're talking to a camera. There are no people.
Yeah.
Or maybe people will tell you like, I enjoyed this, and you're thinking, what are you enjoying?
Yeah.
It's awkward. But just to say, if you ever meet these two, particularly because these ones I know are socially awkward, just walk up to them and hug them. Ben will tell you, stop. It'll be Corona time.
No, it's
Ben will
because
like, we should go sanitize.
What I'm
Out of a mask. Out of a mask.
sanitize.
I feel like this is becoming really fun.
Sanitize mask. Niko na staff ya kukutest. Okay, funga mapua dada, tuende ndani. Huyo ako negative.
I'm going to test it.
No, I'm not going to. Who is testing? Say it's like 50k.
Oh.
It's not.
To know if you have the...
People are being charged.
I don't know.
I don't know,
No,
man.
I
Like
haven't
say the only way you test yourself is by just having ginger every evening with lemon and garlic.
Garlic.
But what was I about to say, man? I've lost it.
I want to just
I
talk
want to
about
say,
it.
sorry. Can I say? Can I go first?
Okay, no, you go first.
You go,
No, you go.
please.
No.
So I wanted to say...
So just making it awkward. The human mind. You know, at least you need an expert in every panel. Surely, mwezi kwa tu wasetu muna need mse professional.
Okay, so
The human mind is designed. Me, I didn't tell you guys not to work on your, you know.
Then it starts with a human mind.
I'm joking though. Scientists were arguing in that series for minimalism that the human brain is wired to desire more and more and more for survival.
Yes.
But if that curve is not controlled, it gets to a place where that desire comes at the cost of something else. So the same way that you're not appreciating
watch jana usiku.
hizi vitu zinakuanga kwa nini yangu hata unangi wasoke nisomesha towels a life tip. So this is what you'll do, you call me,
Never meet Ben in town, just asking for a life tip.
Yeah, you guys will do that, man.
And then Ben will be like,
hiyo ni kitu ndogo, shua hiyo ni nini shua, hata wewe hebu jiulize hiyo ni nini. You know now we have fans by the outside Kenya. That's what I realized. So
the report.
So the report was saying that if it gets past a certain level, it comes at the expense of expense. From our girlfriends, it comes at the expense of something else. And I feel like in the modern times, people are desiring more and more, especially on social media. People are desiring more and more, and because social media validates a lot of people, it makes people feel important. It makes people, because you see, you're getting so much love from people you don't know. I mean, you're getting 1,500 people liking a picture you took on your phone. Do you know 1,500 people is like it's like a full chat, and they have all said ndio. Hii picha ni kali. Hii picha ni moto. And then, you know, sometimes you get 7,000 people saying hii picha ni moto, or you get 7,000 people saying that this video is nice.
Ben, you're really shady.
No, of course that comes with a certain high.
Can you imagine ukipaga watu 1,000 alafu
watu wanasema ndio. Ndio, of course kuna wale kadhaa sasa, usually what is this? Wako neko. Unaringia nani? You get. Of course there are a couple of four of them, but hao ni quick unaita tu bouncer. Kuja toa huyu. Rusha yeye nje. You get. That's blocking. That's how I picture blocking. You know, Burna Boy blocked me and I never even commented about Burna Boy on Twitter. Like he just blocked all Kenyans. But what are we saying? Yeah, the validation is making people become so dramatic and so extra. And now people are even using these theatrics. This is the other thing. People are now using these theatrics even in their craft, and it works. It works, you know. You can just release a mediocre song or a song that's just okay, but then if you add some
She's still laughing.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Dio, Neguo, yes.
It's really shady. What's why you came to Nairobi?
There's 1,500 people saying they like your picture. So when you say 60,000 people are following you on Njiru, that's like the whole of Madagascar, you know.
Followers on Instagram.
60K.
We give God glory.
60K.
Thank you to every one of you.
60K.
God,
Yeah.
man.
It's like 54, isn't it? You're
54. Where are you taking the other 6,000? I'm almost at 58,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 58,000. Yeah. Just need to post like 4 more pictures of Wanjiru Njiru and then we'll be at 60K.
Look at the way he's even doing this.
I'm really a failure, man.
No.
Me now about 10K.
Please follow Nyawira bana. Please. Tumempea pep talk enough ya kumwambia she's enough, and pia yeye anataka 1,000 people wakisema ndio. So what was I saying, man?
Moto.
Steamer, fire emojis, like when I just imagine everyone with a matchbox.
Akipita.
You're consuming very weirdly, bro.
What was I saying? But I think I've done.
Yes.
What did I even say?
Cloud. They're doing something.
Oh, cloud,
Yeah.
cloud. And this is now another thing I wanted us to talk about was cloud. Because our time is really moving. And I feel like our times also, we are beginning to confuse greatness and fame. Greatness and fame. And then a lot of guys nowadays would prefer fame as opposed to greatness, because greatness goes with a lot of depth in it. You know, when you say a group like Sauti Sol is a great,
really like that.
yeah. Yes, notebook, andika. When you see a group like Sauti Sol and you say that Sauti Sol is a great group, it's not necessarily because a lot of people know them, but it's because you have seen them evolve from music, you know, in the live performances, their brand and all that stuff. When you say, when you see people like Masi Masika, you say they are great artists. It's because it has come over time and there's meat to it. But I feel like nowadays people just want fame, man. People just want to get 300. I mean, look at this guy who just came from jail the other day in the States. What's his name? 69. Homie has, like, I was watching his videos, they are doing 100 million views in the first week. But you know, when you listen to it and you compare to what some other guys are doing,
Yeah, it
you're
doesn't.
like, oh man,
match up.
what's happening to the society? People are going towards where all the drama is at.
Yeah.
Does that affect you and your brand? Do you chase clout? Do you have clout? Share with us. Sensei.
I've never thought
You've never thought of clout?
clout. No, I've never thought of chasing clout.
No, you don't.
I've never. Maybe it's because I'm also very reserved as a human being. Like
Yeah.
setting boundaries, even like my own. I'm just generally so shy to do something.
Like clout ya Wanjiru bibi ni kuongea sheng. Ni aje wasee nimeamka na leo na shoot YouTube video.
Like maybe and thank
the
God I
random
have that kind of
Halima.
a personality
Yeah.
that wouldn't allow. Like I'm too shy and too reserved to do certain
But
things that
do
it
you
wouldn't allow
Do
me.
you feel clout is an issue with our modern day times? And last time we did a video and I said we're going to expound more on it. And when even I posted on Instagram, guys were like, you need to talk more about clout. Do you feel like clout is an issue with our modern day times? Do you feel like people would want to do something just to be recognized? Like, for example, you'll see me posing with my child, even though I necessarily don't,
Hold your baby often.
Yeah, or you're not necessarily available, you know, for
As
your
a
baby.
dad.
As a dad. But you know, if you post 2 pictures, you know, I can't wait to take pictures with my child akinilalia. Afu mimi nimelala. Big side. Kiola things like that. What do you think?
I don't.
You don't know any. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no. I like.
Yeah. Or you've never thought about it that way.
I doubt it.
I have.
You got about
Not for me, for myself, but
I'm
you
asking
see
for the
it.
society.
Oh, okay.
You see it with certain people, and it's usually a tricky balance between. Maybe that's genuinely
Who they are.
who they are. Why am I don't know the full story.
We're not saying that specific people do this. We're saying if you're an individual and you know very well, deep down in your heart, when you post that picture with your baby, you're not necessarily posting, you're just posting for the following that comes with that. Especially on Twitter, a lot of ladies complain that men do the bare minimum, but tuna posting itu tukitembea na mtoi, and everyone is like, oh, mommy, you're such a good dad, you're such a good dad. And ladies are always complaining that, you know, we do very little and then we post it online and everyone is awing, all that stuff. Or it's like I'm jealous if you're clout at all.
Tumeelewa Ben, by the way.
Actually, I'm struggling to understand it.
He's saying,
We don't get
but Ben is saying, like our society, it may not be your story, but in our society, there are people who, in fact, they use certain things in their lives as props to create fame for them.
I mean, Migos did a full song.
They do
They
anything,
do anything for clout.
clout.
They do anything. They do
Okay.
anything for
I
clout.
want to let you know that I don't know that
Then-
song, but
then-
Ben sings it every freaking time.
If that's
do
the
everything
case,
for
yes.
clout.
But then again, I was trying to say, I do not say you're
You
posting
can't judge
with your
it.
child. Say you're like why it's so hard for me to know like if
If you're fetching.
yeah or to clearly say clear cut it's clout.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I may not have the full
Picture.
Maybe genuinely you're
And that's why I'm saying clout has more to do with the intention than the full.
and you see you can't really judge a person's intentions.
That's
you
what
wouldn't know.
and that's why we're not saying specific people do this. We're just saying if you're the one who does this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, you're doing something just to get recognition, that bubble actually bursts at some point.
Yes.
You cannot sell
For sure.
hot air forever.
Yeah.
Eventually
It catches up with you.
people catch up with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
we've had so many social media stories of this person was always like this. You know, on Twitter they're called catfish accounts, you know. It's not a real person, or you, but
I know what catfish
Yeah.
is, and I am on Twitter, Ben.
it's, you know, you're creating a certain life that's really not yours,
It's an
but
illusion.
so that people can accept you that way. But that's not the real you.
Yeah.
And the thing is that eventually that catches up with you,
Yeah.
and the bubble bursts.
Yeah.
And that's when you get so many people becoming so depressed, or you're forced to stretch your lifestyle to live that kind of life, because that's how easy afford kuishi, you know, the places that you want. So you have to, it's like 95% of your money is rent, because your Instagram has to pop. So I told you that story of us. I've done this thing. You remember that time when we went to live in a river? Did I share this story here?
I don't know, but I think your followers will let you know.
Yeah. Well, if I've shared it, you need to fast forward. But I think for me, we moved to a river at that time, Ben Cycos, myself, Kags and Dummies, and we moved to a 3-bedroom. Because the same amount of money we were paying along Thika Road was the same amount that was being charged in Athi River. Lakini Athi River kuna garden mzuri, kuna bench.
And why is that so important for singers? A garden and a bench? Like
for meditation.
quite.
Meditating of verse, you know. But as sisi tulihamia huko just for Instagram. You know, our Instagram would look nice, and our Instagram looked nice. And can I even shock you? After we
Shocked us.
Can I even shock you? When we hamia that place, we moved to that place, I can tell you like 10 more celebrities joined that estate.
Really?
I'm not even joking. Yeah, because it looks good on picture. Na tulikotojo tu vizuri. Yes, tunaweza afford your rent. But sasa fare ilikuwa shida kwa sababu now you know you're paying 100 bob from Athi River. Alafu you know the matriz in Athi River, they don't get into tao. Zoku drop huko hivyo Machakos bus station. So those places work well if you have a car and you have maybe a young family, you know, and you stock up your stuff and you don't go to Tao every day. But now look, this is just a bunch of young guys. They do not have families. Hawana pesa mingi. Hawana pesa hata like pesa yao wakilipa rent imeisha. They don't have a car, but we had to live there for the respect that came with the gram.
Yeah.
So if it's that clout life, we've tried it, but it was just, it ended in tears, man. Tulika huko ka 2 months tukahama.
But I think clout is there, and I think you can't ignore it. There are things that you watch and you're like, oh my goodness, this is even painful. It's so cringe because it's so fake. But I also want to say something that she said that's made me think. You know that people who create content just for entertainment, that can't be clout.
Okay, yeah, that's
Like the work is purely to
Just
entertain.
entertainment. So if that's the case, then
Yeah.
You could
That's
even
their
say it's
job.
acting. They're acting.
absolutely.
That's their job.
Do you want to give us any more?
Sorry, no.
Unaenda sana. Just to say
What's the
that.
Greek word?
It's that, well, that's very important to remember because sometimes we forget it. We keep on saying, that's so fake, but
Yeah.
they're really just
That's their
entertaining
job.
us.
Yeah, they're just.
Key example is the Kardashians. Like their work is to entertain.
That's where I'm
Everything
saying
else-
there's a very thin line between.
It's a thin line, but also the distinction, as you said, which is perfectly said, Ben, is the intention.
It's the
important.
intention, yeah.
Like the day I'll ever see you, Shido, and suddenly you're doing some weird things. Forget it. We are done. Like gone, because it's just fake. It's not
I would
you.
even call myself out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you would call yourself out.
You do that.
Yeah,
You
because she is
don't call
honest.
yourself out because we have like weekly
I'm
meetings
too
every Friday morning.
reserved. I'm too reserved.
Every Friday morning. you have
Every
a
Friday
meeting.
morning, and I even have minutes. I'm like, okay, Ben.
Last
Ben
week
the
on Ben
secretary,
Cyco.
Ben the chairman, Ben the treasurer, the minutes.
You have 2 bars.
We have 2 bars left, so I feel like that's it for me in terms of social media pressure. But then also on the flip side, there's the other part for where you, even as an individual, and for us who are in this space, we also need to work for the numbers because corporate brands are also looking at some of these things. Which sometimes I don't know if it's the correct way, because sometimes I feel like there are people with a less following, but they command heavy.
Micro influencers.
Yeah, they're
Micro influencers.
same and confidence.
The Ben and
even-
the nuggets.
Like
that
even
come and
the
I
world,
did
if you look at brands move are slowly shifting, and
Yeah.
especially if you observe the Western world, they're shifting towards using
Micro.
micro influencers because they they actually command.
Yeah.
The small people that they follow.
Yeah.
It's actually
It
people who
translates.
follow them because they actually command, as opposed to like a big top
Hey, but
celebrity.
that's-
So you're saying
true.
it's better to have like, let's say 30,000 followers, but all those people receive.
Oh,
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, so you're saying it's better to have 9,000 followers,
Yes.
but all those followers listen to what
So
you're
you get
saying,
more engagement.
as opposed to people who have
And it's real.
And it's real and
200,000
it's
200,000 followers, but you know you barely have any engagement.
That's so
Yeah,
encouraging. Thank you, Shiro.
But then it boils down to, again, you as an individual.
Yeah.
Because if you have 200,000 and your audience like
Respects
honestly
and-
respects
yeah.
and listens to you,
Yeah.
then I guess it boils down.
But it's so interesting.
Because there are those
like,
people as well.
But I think there has been a shift, and we haven't even talked about relationships. There has been a shift where I feel like there's more focus on numbers than there is on content, and I think we tried to touch on that.
Yeah.
That the content is so watered down.
Yeah.
If it gets the numbers, I don't care.
You don't care what you
I
say.
do not care what I stand for. I do not care what I put out.
Yeah.
If it boils down to the numbers.
And that's the big challenge, and the disadvantage to that is that it's never long lasting.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, if you're doing this content thing as a career, you have to stand for something as an individual and stick to it. Because if you're just free flowing, if you're just yani wewe unakuaga tu, yani leo kama ni ile ina trend, una trend. Kama ni you get if you can only do that for like a maximum of 5 years, I don't think you can do
That's
it faster.
very well
Because
said.
people always catch up with you.
Simamia kitu.
Yeah, people always catch up with you.
Sustainability.
Another thing also with this whole social media as we wind up is the relationships on socials. That's another big thing that's really giving people pressure on socials.
Couple goals.
Couple goals.
You'll notice
and
that
stuff.
there's a lot of couple content that's coming out on social media, which I am living for. I mean, I love to see relationships. I mean, I'm one who exposes
Yeah.
everything about not everything, but my relationship. So I live for. How did you want to cover?
First off, I would say you've not been in a relationship for the past 12 years. Ulitoka tu hivi shule kama shika hiyo fungia kwa cage. Meza hiyo funguo. So we'll say
That's so dark.
That's a bad picture. Ben is not like that to women.
Yeah.
No,
dark.
it's like
That's
see your cage ni kupungiza box.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you guys pictured a real cage? Yeah. No. Nyawira, for me, I'd ask you, like when you were single, did you ever get the pressure to be in a relationship because of the social media couple goals?
No.
So what did you tell guys?
I will say, however,
Yeah.
I had a problem with my former relationship.
Yeah.
Because I used to feel like he never used to post me or talk about me.
Hey!
Yeah. But then he was just a joke. I mean, he had like 10 followers.
Me had an issue with that slightly. Then how Ben went
Overboard.
I'm just like, can we have
Do you
some
think this
things to
58k
ourselves,
followers
please?
came because of what? Nitababu
Like,
he or
I was
she.
like, please, could we have some
No,
things to
but
ourselves?
let me be very, very honest. I'm those guys who are very open. And I share what, I
Yeah.
never fake. I'm not lying to you.
You're not filtered.
I'm not lying to you in
Yeah.
a way. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
So if you see, in fact, even this, I feel like there was this camera. I wish there was this camera, and I wish there was another one recording us for behind the scenes, so that when we finish, that there's this content one, and then there's content two. That's how I look at it. But I'm not trying to sell a false.
But it was hard. But no. I don't think that ever get pressure. Even in my current relationship, which I'm enjoying thoroughly because I'm dating a very great man.
I see you.
No, all I was saying was, in this relationship, I know how scary it is. Like, let me give you an example. When we did the grief story,
Yes.
like the chick who messaged me some really nice thoughts and we shared some really good conversation. And then she asked me, "Wait, are you in a relationship?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." "How come you never?" I was like, "Yeah, that's where I left her because I can't tell you. I feel like that's the one place I really want my sacred space to be. Like, I just want to be. Yeah, and I'm not bashing you guys because I really enjoy your content.
Do you know secretly? I wish I had that luxury. No secret.
Ben is lying.
Look at how he's like ungejua hii ndio cake. Sometimes I do regret it. Maybe it's because I'm so reserved as a person.
You are
That I
very-
actually.
But you see, my personality would be more drawn to someone like Ben because like we're very similar in our extroversion. But it's very scary for me when I think about like what I'm opening myself to. When I think about all the women who come up and say certain things, all the guys who because I mean, it's very interesting. Like the other day, I was telling you guys, someone said, "Show you the thing." Some guy DM'd me after we did the 20s and said, "Hi, I'm rich." Oh no, I can buy you a horse.
Bro. Bro.
It's so strange, and this is just to put like a big disclaimer out there. Like, I'm in a really happy relationship, and I really find it weird that you cheat on me. Like, it's very weird.
These guys are winning.
I actually secretly envy.
Yeah, but see, also the truth is, you know, to a large extent, very few guys can come at you on social media. Very few. Me on the other hand.
No, I think the problem with me having my relationship, and that's why I wish I had some.
Should this be on my channel and not Ben? Because I feel like it's a very girl.
No. It's okay. You guys can continue. Then we can take it over to that, which we'll tell them more about in a few minutes.
Yeah, I think the thing has been to get that kind of like in-depth scrutiny. I envy like people like Nyawira who have that kind of privacy in their relationships, because I wish that was my story.
But you see, I think the contrast is, if I'm being honest, privacy is not only for social media. Like, if you meet me and my partner,
you're not gonna hide it.
No, we don't. We could hold hands because that's what I desire, but he doesn't. We could hold hands.
That's all, man. These days.
we could hold hands. Hey, Pakistan. We could hold hands, but we can't. But we're not together. We're not hiding. If you meet us together, by the way, we definitely tell you. But we just won't post it.
I think it's a scrutiny, and I was telling you guys about it. Like, somebody asked me why I don't call Ben
babe.
Yeah.
Or why your hand is not on him properly.
Oh, do you remember
that video?
Yeah, you remember that video that I did when Ben was shaving his hair, and then Ben just put his arm around me,
and you did.
And I just did, and it was such a reflex action. Like, it meant nothing. Ben and I went to laughing, but you get such things.
Does she not treat Ben right?
Yeah, torn apart. Alafu you're told that you don't treat him right.
Do you think it's backlash to the relationship?
You guys may can't relate.
He doesn't. He's like perfect boyfriend.
I don't relate to what you guys are saying. That story for keeping your relationship a secret doesn't work for me. I don't keep my relationships a secret. Me, I don't know. Me, I'm out there, man, and I enjoy it. There's nothing I'm faking on all that stuff.
And
that's who I am.
I think
so.
Also,
I'm a book.
But also, you know, I like you too. It's because also you two are not lying. Like, I've been around you guys when you're together, and when you're not so happy, and when you're very happy.
Yeah.
And there's no
not
like,
so happy.
but the not so happy you don't want to see on camera.
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
It's crazy, but there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that if you choose to. If you don't. But
and I think you're the one who put it into perspective for me when you told me, and I saw it in that sense, that Ben and I will hardly share the romanticized part of our relationship. It will always just be like the kiki and the kakaka, the chemistry of our
doesn't exist.
The chemistry, that also, the chemistry of our friendship is what,
because you two are best friends.
Yeah, is what we show, and not really like.
Because like even on like Ben's birthday, like if I was like a stroller and you might have a secret account, and I'd like sent you a message saying, you didn't that's all you sent Ben.
Hey, or like you didn't post it.
Because what you don't know is Ben has already 6 pictures aligned for that day.
and the funny thing is, I was with Ben
the whole
from
day.
Friday,
Saturday,
Sunday. And just because I did not post him on his birthday, did you feel any less loved by me?
I'm joking.
But it's okay though, Shiro. I posted Ben and I didn't get any
No, I'm
on
joking.
my
No.
What's it?
Sorry.
What's it?
Yes, I feel like to make go down the relationship.
No, but anyway, all this to say that
choose your path.
Choose your path, and that you don't have to show everything. And I think that's what maintains the sanity for you and me, is that the lovey-dovey parts are yours. They're not for everyone to see. They're just us. And I think that gives me some sense of sanity. Yeah,
if you want to show your relationship, you can also you have a responsibility to showcase your relationship to other people as well.
What are you talking to us like it's a commercial?
I'm actually pitching.
There's like a link down here for anything that you need help.
I think we've had a very good conversation today about social pressure, cloud, hype, social media, how it's supposed to be, how it's not supposed to be. There's so many things we've not tackled because we've also not tackled the commercial aspect of it. How you also, your social media nowadays is also becoming like your profile. And you need to be very careful.
Your CV.
Yeah, you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful what you're posting. What you're posting there is how probably the world will perceive you. That's your brand.
People have lost on brand.
Yeah, everyone is on brand nowadays, man. So, any parting shots?
Miss John, just a quick. Just a question. So like the other day I saw some meat company coming
At
up
what?
to you.
At
A
what?
meat company.
Oh, Zulu meats.
Yeah, I don't know
Zulu
why
meats are
giving them
my
a mention.
people.
Hawajatupatia si wote nyama. In fact umetunyima nyama
Zulu
mob sana.
meat,
Hamza
yeah.
yangu.
But the question
Me
is,
actually squeezes na unasikia
guys, can I
cereals,
ask a
unasikia
question?
poison.
Can I ask the question, please?
Sorry,
Because that's what I
sorry,
wanted to
sorry,
do. So, if we're talking about on brand, like
Yeah.
you're never in a butchery, you're never. So, if I'm trying to package myself for that audience, what do I do? Because I've seen like Shiro, for example,
Yeah.
to make sense, makeup company comes to you, you're always telling us about
Yeah.
new lipstick without them even telling you.
Yeah.
So, in that case, so like, how do you align yourself? Because I know many are like me trying to figure out
Yeah.
how do I convert this into some money.
That comes on brand, and on brand comes with what you stand for or what you're showcasing to the world.
So you showcase meat.
Or what you're no, or what you're selling. You see, for them to send me meat is because I'm also lifestyle. I have the lifestyle element because there are times I'm showing you we're going for lunch here, we've gone for a trip here, we are trying to fix this. That's lifestyle. That's like part of somebody's living. So that's why the Zulu meats guys would send me meat or meat because if I post and there are all those things that we talk about.
natural
In
to
fact,
their
the first time
audience.
they sent me was mutura, and so we
remember.
had that mutura with Kina Sharon, Wanjiru. And they probably ate 95% of it, and I literally was just having the kachumbari, that's all I enjoyed. But that's the lifestyle element. So if you one of the easiest ways to attract brands, and eventually you will attract brands, is by just being true to yourself and standing up for some values. Because you do know brands also have their own values, so they align to people who share the same values. That's how you make a killing.
Who was your first ever brand?
I'd say Safaricom. It's more sun. No, not Christ, Pastor Fatik. No, Joyce Meyer. I'd say Maya. Only one.
Joyce
Meyer.
Meyer.
Meyer on Nairobi, one like Kuru Eldoret. I think it was Sap. Back when he was doing group tours.
Venus. I'll never forget that.
Your first brand was Venus. She even endorsed Venus.
I'll never forget
This
that.
was
And they'll always have a special place in my heart.
So,
Venus. Shout out to Venus.
oh wow, that's so
Because they took
impressive.
They took a chance.
Yeah, so guys,
Gosh,
let's know
nice.
if we've tackled everything. Let's know if we've answered the questions that you had in mind. If you feel like we've not answered some things, you can actually ask them on the comment section below. We're going to tackle them on the next podcast. And we hope this has been helpful. Let us know how social media has changed your life, how it's changed your behavior, and how it's made you adapt to a certain kind of life to look some certain kind of way. And subscribe to this channel if you're listening.
Subscribe to this podcast.
Subscribe to this podcast because I realize I'm
I
only
think
talking. I'm always talking.
No, it's because he's
I'm always
talking
focusing
on the
on
channel.
the video.
on the YouTube crowd more.
And
But
the
now I've
podcast
realized
audience
that
is
now
growing.
we have a very strong audience that's just listening to the audio. So asanteni sana, tunawapenda. Nilikuwa nimefinya pause.
It's not been recording. This is a real letdown, Ben.
Yeah, it's recording. And if it doesn't, we can just cut from the video. Yeah. So for those guys who are listening, asanteni sana. Make sure you subscribe. We are on Spotify. We are on SoundCloud. We are on Anchor. We are on Apple Podcast.
Yay!
All those platforms. Yeah, number 28, baby. Let's take number 1. We're on the road to 30k subscribers. Right now we are at 16.2. So at the end of this podcast, guys, simni blessed to Mazi. Simni blessed to. Let's do 20k at the end of this series. By the time we top it. You guys have any
Road to
parting shot?
40k for Shiro.
Road to 40k for Wanjiru Njiru. Make sure you subscribe to her channel.
Road to 1,000.
What about you?
Road to 1,000.
But they tell us about your platform. Guys have been asking about your platform.
Yeah.
We just
platform,
can't introduce it like that.
Yeah.
You've asked for it, and now Nyawira.
Has heard you.
Takes over.
Thank you. Press conference. Dear Kenya, my fellow Kenyans. I began my platform officially. I think when the time this
Video goes up.
this entire production goes out, because this video audio goes out, I think we will have done our first episode of our intro. Yes, it's just gonna be a conversation space. I mean, I would like to submit to all of Ben's followers that Ben Cyco has been a great influence alongside Wanjiru Njiru to starting this platform. I want to thank my fans. When we get to 1 million people, we shall have another discussion because pia watauliza kakat.
What's the name of the
It's called Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Yes. Miss.
Nyawira actually is very smart when it comes to calling in names.
Yeah.
Thank you,
She's
Shido.
very smart.
You want to tell that to the clients that endorse you?
Actually, the Cyco podcast.
It was meant to be called the Psycho
Psycho
World.
World.
Do you
It
remember?
came from Nyawira.
It's a Psycho World.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it became a Psycho podcast.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls,
hustlers and ballers,
students and learned friends, teachers,
black and white,
red and blue.
learned and unlearned. Umeshindwa. Introducing to you
That is such an awkward intro.